Today is retro compliment getting cheap fragrances. We're going to start with 2005 David Beckham's Instinct. This has citrus and vetiver in the beginning, and the citrus beats the vetiver out. Usually vetiver is kind of a spicy note. In this instance, it's not that old man smelling note. It's kind of comes out more soapy and clean. This lasts about 2 or 3 hours. Perfect for a kid who's starting out in the fragrances, youngsters all the way up. Prices are great all over the internet, $12 to $15. It's David Beckham Instinct. Next, you would think that you could use Creta Ventus, but that wouldn't make the cheap list. But this is like a 2010 fragrance, beautiful fresh citruses and woods and organics. But this costs too much money to make the cheap list. But this one doesn't. It's called Afnan Supremacy Silver. It's the exact same dry down as that $425 fragrance. It's got the fresh citrus in the opening. It's got a blast of woods, and it's just an awesome fragrance that gives you great projection. It's long lasting, 8 to 10 hours, huge compliments, and it's very cheap. You can buy it right now at bestbrandsperfume.com for $28. Head on over there right now. Next on the list, kind of like for you old 1981 gangsters, in 1981 it's called Quorum. In 1981, Chanel and Ateus also came out. This is like jasmine, tobacco, leather, lasts 8 hours. It's very masculine. You can get compliments with that. The average price on this is $15 to $18. It's called Quorum by Puig. Antonio Puig makes that. Next one is called Adidas Team Force. Year 2000, same year as Dunhill Desire Red came out in that one long bottle called DKNY Man. 3 to 4 hours. It's a nice, decent tobacco fruit scent for a great low price, like $8 to $10 all over the internet for these big bottles. This video is called Retro Compliment Cheap Getting Fragrances. Retro can mean old vintage fragrances, or it also can mean fragrances that kind of make you feel, kind of give you back that nostalgic feeling. So that's what we're going for, those four to warm you up. And now the list is going to be from good to great. By the way, if you're new here, my name's Christian O. You've landed on Best Brands Perfume. If you want to smell better for less, if you want to talk about all things fragrances related, and you want to talk to other fragrance lovers down in the comments below, I'd expect that you would subscribe today. The next one on the list. Next up, 1978's Lagerfeld. Same year as this old Polo Green came out, but we can't use Polo Green because it costs too much. It wouldn't make the cheap fragrance list. Also, Van Cleef was introduced that year. You have some wild tarragon in here. It's like an amber musk. It's got a vanilla, kind of a slight vanilla dry down. It's got a slight green nuance to it, but it's still warm and sensual. And the thing about this sillage is more than heavy. It's a nice projection. It's about 6 to 8 hours longevity, although many claim it lasts 10 to 12 hours, but 6 to 8 is more honest. A similar scent cheaper to this you can get away with is Royal Copenhagen, about half the price. And another one would be called Stetson, which has 60% of the same notes. But let's go back to the price of this. They have a lot of different size bottles, so you have to be leery about that. This is a 3.4 ounce, 100 milliliter bottle. Then they have 4 ounce bottles, and they have different prices for that. But on the link down below, I found you a 5 ounce bottle, which is triple the size of this. Well, actually, it's almost half the size added on, half a bottle added on to this for $24 at Amazon.com from a reputable seller. So that's a 5 ounce bottle. Next up, we move to Curve for Men, which came out in the Hall of Fame year of 1996. The same year as Versace Dreamer, CKB, Chrome. You can find these all over United States at this store called Walgreens. The best places to buy it, though, probably would be if you were in the store shopping. I saw these at this place called Sam's Club or Walmart, but at Sam's Club they give you 2 bottles, one large and one small, for about $35. Or you can check the Amazon link down below. I found a good deal on a 6.8 double-sized bottle. What you got here is a Hall of Fame lavender, some light florals, very fresh, very highly complimented. Maybe you wore this in high school, who knows? It came out in 1996. Everyone knows about Curve. If you don't, it's a Hall of Fame fragrance. Woody, citrus, green, all day long. Blind buy, safe, work safe, all ages safe. Curve for Men. Now this next one I don't think is blind buy. It's safe, but it's a very nice vanilla vetiver musk fragrance called Versace Blue Jean Man. This is, you could be 19 to age 50 to wear this fragrance. Comes in a blue can like that. It's a slightly sweet and sensual fragrance that lasts 6 hours to 12 hours, some people say on the blogs. In 1994 this came out, and so did CK1. I really like the opening on this, but again, it's kind of slightly spicy, floral, sweet, so you have to be open-minded. It's Versace. Back then, the epitome of Italian fashion. You would smell this, you're like, oh, that's different. As we move up to the top of the retro most complimented cheap fragrance list, we find ourselves with 2005's Nautica Blue. It has a pineapple fresh opening. It's just an easy dumb grab. It's aquatic, very, very inexpensive. Average price $12 to $15 on the internet. However, I found you an Amazon link down below for this for $10. Click that link if you want it. Just a good cheapie when you want to smell good. Next on the list, I posted a picture of this timeless classic on Best Brands Perfume community tab, and we got 60, 70 comments about this. It's called Obsession by Calvin Klein. Some people go, that's so old, man, and some people go, I still wear it and get compliments to this day. That's on the top of the list here. 1986 it came out, same year as Hermes Bel Ami, same year as Bowling Green. This is like your citrus, grapefruit, kind of like a barbershop scent, sage, nutmeg, all kinds of different complex ingredients in it. This lasts about 4 to 6 hours now, but the older versions were said to have lasted 12 to 15 hours, but this is a new reformulated version. Jour Fahrenheit smells 47%, same similar note structure as this. And if you want to go something cheaper that's similar to this, try out Mackie by Bob Mackie. It came out 6 years later, but it doesn't have cinnamon, it doesn't have vanilla, but it's similar to that. Next up on the list, we would love to put this Acqua di Gio on this list, but it's not a cheap fragrance. It's expensive, but something that smells just like it. It's called Peri Ellis Red. It hits the spot. Smells just like it when it dries down. This has kind of got a lemony, fruity, a little bit more orange in it, a little bit more mandarin in it. It lasts for 5 hours easily. Some people say it lasts longer than that. It's a cool red bottle by Peri Ellis. It's called 360 Red. A 6.7 ounce bottle is down below, $34. It's one of those fragrances that when your body temperature goes up, it lasts longer and it affects it. It's one of those fragrances when the heat of your body affects the fragrance. The same year that this came out, Kenneth Cole Black came out. Peri Ellis Red 360. Question of the day. What's your favorite retro, most complimented cheap fragrance? Comment that down below. And here we are to number 1. This next fragrance won the contest, but then it didn't. It was called Chrome Legend 2007. Soft, fresh, sweet orange type scent. Spring, summer, 6 hours. Big fat bottles like this for under $30 all over the internet search. But the winner has to be retro, has to be compliment getting, and the winner became Chrome by Azzaro. Also, that one is by Azzaro. Azzaro also makes Wanted, the modern day fragrance that looks like a gun barrel, but this is called Chrome. Fresh out of the shower type smell. Just dumbly reach it, spray it. It's easy to wear all day, all season, all ages. Signature scent, perfect for summer, perfect for a starter fragrance for someone. It lasts long. 40% something cheaper that has 40% of the similar notes is called Giorgio Wings. Similar scent, cheaper.